you ever done one of those personality tests and thought, yeah, it kind of fits, but it's not like fully you? We all do that. In fact, we're very drawn to these personality tests. But what if that didn't land for you because your soul, not just your mind, needed to be understood? Hi, I'm Alexandra McHugh, and for years I was stuck in patterns of overgiving, burnout, overextending, trying to fit in boxes that didn't feel like me. Then I discovered the frequency that was actually here to live from, and everything changed. And so now I'm here to help others do the same. If you're ready to live from your true frequency and not from your conditioning, then this work will meet you exactly where you are. You will leave with clarity, direction, and the tools to realign. We've been using outdated frameworks for a long time, and it's not that they don't work. They are logical. That's the problem, is that we're actually energy. We're frequency. We're not just logic. So there is something deeper within us that needs to be understood on a deeper level. But how do you do that? Because when that's ignored, we get stuck in mental loops, and then it's not real transformation, is it? Colorology bridges that missing piece. It's basically decoding your energetic blueprint through your date of birth. And with that, we're able to see what your emotional patterns are like, what your skill set is, what your true motivators are. If you have a leadership style, what kind of style that is. And what I've learned with this information is it's so empowering to the individual. It's the most amazing validating session that you can have, but also it gives you grace and understanding as to why you are the way that you are, truly. Mind, body, and soul. It's based on frequency, color, and your date of birth. And the reason being is color is somewhere where you can meet me at least halfway. You know what a green feels like to what red feels like. So if I put you in one of these rooms where it was just painted red or just painted green, you already know how you would feel inside yourself. So when I come to explain that you might be one of these colors, you can, as I say, meet me halfway on this and start to understand that you might be more like this color because of a warm feeling, because you may be intense, right? Like the red. You have 4 core colors. They're in 4 categories. So you have your inner child, very much the emotions when you were younger, but also when you struggle or you're pushed and poked in your adult life. These are the emotions that you're going to fall back to. Then you've got your skill set. So this is very much where your career is, but it's also your natural skills. So even when you're in the home or you're with people, relationships, these are the skills that will naturally come to you. Then you've got your aspirations. So this is where you're heading. This is your growth area for your life. This is where your potential lies. And then you've got your personality. So your personality, as I say it, is your personal way of being. So more often than not, it's going to be the people that are close to you that will see your personal side, but also to those that can see color, because there's obviously aura readers out there. This is also the color that they will see in your auric field. Each one shows you different things, where your power sits, what emotions you're suppressing, what color may be more dominant, and what kind of environment you thrive in as well. Most people live out of alignment. It's happened very naturally over the years, and this is because they are performing for love or approval. And if you think about some of the struggles a lot of us have gone when we were younger, when we were wired together, when we were first made, it's no wonder that we do that. But the whole point of my role is to help people decode that within themselves, to see that, you're not behaving out of this color, but you're behaving out of an imbalanced side of this color. And that's because X happened, which creates that suppression. And what we want to do is create that alignment so you step into more of who you truly are. And what that means is that you don't abandon yourself. I'm going to give you an example in real time. So one of my clients had a green skill set. So that's naturally wired for balance, community. And she was put into a role where she was asked to be demanding, direct, influential, and it really rubbed her up the wrong way. In fact, she would come back home so burnt out, and it was really hard for her to lift her head off the pillow to go back to work, because ideally her frequency wouldn't be asking for that. And so she was put into a place where she thought she had to perform and do this to be accepted. However, if she went towards the green skill set, which would be asking for more balance, more grounding, more community-led type way of being, then she would have been able to really pull in on her skills and be able to deliver exactly what it is that was in alignment with her instead of what was alignment with the job. And it doesn't mean that the job was wrong for her. It's just she didn't know where to speak up on what worked with her. Therefore, she tried to fit the mold for other people instead of speaking to the people and saying what works with her, and then they would find harmony. And now I would like to share my own personal story. I had a lifetime before finding colour where I was shaded in grey more than anything. And that's because I too would be performing for approval or love. I would be making sure that I would paint myself the way that other people needed to see me in order to fit in. And it meant that I never felt truly empowered with my essence and my alignment. I became very malleable, moldable, agreeable, available. But none of that ever served me because a lot of the people back then never really stayed, never really respected me, and I didn't respect myself either. I felt like a bit of a shrinking violet, and I felt very frustrated, and I couldn't understand why back then. And it wasn't until I came to understand my colours and really step into alignment of true self that now I know why I was frustrated and upset back then, like never really fulfilled. And it's because I wasn't living a true life. I wasn't living an authentic life. I was just there as a pleaser for everybody else. So it never felt fulfilling for me for whatever I chose to do, whatever endeavor or relationship that I took, because I wasn't showing up as the true me. It was a very watered down version to fit in to make sure that everyone else was okay. And those people are very forgettable, or those people are very easy to be used. And that's what kept happening. So when I came to understand my color profile, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. It was very life-changing. The results of using this modality and method have been phenomenal. Not only just for the customer, but for also coaches, facilitators, those that want to use it to enhance their training, but also to be able to understand at a deeper level how these people tick that are working with them or they're surrounded by. This doesn't just help coaches either. This helps many love relationships or caring relationships that you might have in your own personal life. Because once you get to understand how someone is, you don't tend to give them pressure to be showing up how you expect them to be. But now you know them to be a certain way, you can both collaboratively work together. If you're working with people and you really want to see them, like really want to see them, not just their mindset, but their energy, their soul, maybe their stuck patterns. This will absolutely amplify and change the way that you're coaching, the way that you're leading, and the way that you're relating to all the kind of people that are in your world. If you want to know your own colored profile, then you're more than welcome to book a reading. But also this is going out for the coaches, for the facilitators, or for the corporations that are really interested in having workshops where they are, because this is not only going to enable you to be able to see deeper into the psyche of people's souls, but this is also going to be giving you a lot more grace in your own life, where you're probably giving yourself a hard time to show up as something that you're probably not even designed to be. So how can you work with me? Well, a number of different ways. You've got your reading, so you can do a one-off reading. You can always just find out your color profile and you can do the rest yourself. That's absolutely fine. In fact, there is a book, a PDF that you can download on my website. That's a bit of a guidebook. So once you find out your colors, you can always refer back to that if that's what you wish. There are obviously other people that come to me with different issues in terms of alignment, so they need a little bit longer. And there's different retainer packages that you're able to choose to help you on that journey. So the first retainer package, we've got 6 sessions for the price of 5, which is great, which means that for your first initial reading, we'll find out what alignment you need, how we can fine tune you, and then over those next few sessions, we can help you get there. Then of course, you've got a 6-month one and you have a 12-month one, but there's obviously a lot more perks in the 6 months and 12 months because you'll be alongside me working closely for quite a bit of time. So you will have access to the other courses that we have, retreats, other information, events that are coming up, all of that. But the 6-month and the 12-month are designed to help you really integrate into this new way of being, which is going to feel like a new way of being, but it's actually your true authentic self. So there's a lot of hand holding there if that's something that you wish. Not only that, the 6-month and the 12-month one offer something uniquely different to any other packages. And that is that you get a question a day. So I work closely with my spirit guides. And if there are questions that you have, niggling questions, could be about work, relationships, or self, whatever it might be, I can ask those questions and then I can answer it for you and send it to you. So you get a question a day with that as well. Then we have the course. So the course, the Mastery Alignment course. This is in 3 sections. You have got your foundation, your expansion, and your mastery. The first one, the foundation, is 4 weeks. The expansion is 6 weeks. And then you have the mastery, which is 12 weeks. Obviously, you are all going to be at different levels. Some of you have been eating this kind of stuff up since the dawn of time. So you might be more fit into something like the expansion, which is the intermediate, to something like the mastery. If this is, of course, very new to you, all of this expansion of the mind, understanding self, the deeper look of life in you, then I would obviously offer something like the foundation. They all come with different things. So the foundation is predominantly video-based, without the kind of hand-holding that is offered in expansion and mastery. It's the real beginner stages. But there's so much value in everything that is packed into that course. So you're able to buy that and digest it in your own time at home. Then expansion and mastery have a framework that I've implemented in there. And what this framework does is give you tools to be able to do this at home by yourself. Because ultimately what we want to do as my business to you is that we don't want everybody to keep going around in these healing circles, buying more gurus, trying to help yourself in that way, when actually what we want more than anything is for you to know that you can do it by yourself. So we'll be teaching you tools through this framework that you will be able to apply again and again in your own life till the end of time. And to collaborations, partnerships, and professional corporations, there is a workshop available for you. So if you're in charge of having to set up the next workshop or team bonding exercise, then look no further. What I do is mobile, so I'm able to bring it to you in your workplace. And with that, you're going to have your colleagues being able to understand each other to a whole new level than they ever have before. This is not only insightful for collaborating with each other in the workplace, but also for their sense of self. This could be helping things at home, in their other relationships, or maybe perhaps within their career role, how they can get the benefits of being more authentic. This year we've been working with colleges and offices, and the results have been incredible. So if you're interested in any of the things that I've mentioned, please do give me a call. You're able to set up a free discovery call with me to see how my work could align with you, or how you can become aligned with the work. We're not here to play roles. We're here to remember who we are. Thanks for watching.